こんにちは、チャートマスターの根崎ゆきです。8月7日のセッションリキャップ取っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。それでは始めていきましょう。
Session recap for the 6th of August. All right, so we're going to start here on the euro. All right, so everybody pay attention because these are the trade opportunities in the later sessions. All right, as you can see, they're trying to break up into this area right up in here. But this is very real to be a head and shoulder. So and it has to negate this head and shoulders. The only way to negate that is to take this line out. So when they take this line out at 1.3324, then there is a trade up to the R6, R7 right up here at 1.3370. All right. So from 24 to 70 is 50 some pips. You'll move your stop at a 33.50 even number. All right. Recall that they already put money in, so just be.
まずはユーロドルからですね、240分チャートです。ヘッド&ショルダーの形が見えています。でもしこれ上がってきたらですよね、この3324というところを超えてきたら、買ってきたよねということですね。で、3350でストップ上げて、最終的にはこの3370というところまで取っていきたいねということですね。
For that, they're going to exit their trade, half of their position right here at the 55 pip limit. If you can trade another trade besides the euro, do it because all the dumb money is in here. It's a lousy currency to trade. All right. British pound. All right, we're waiting to see if we get the turn to the downside here. All right, don't know it yet, but if we get the trade to the downside where the day chart top they've hit it multiple times, they can't break it. Ultimately, they give up on trying to break it here. Why would they try to break it? Because some big boy has an option contract up here, and he's trying to keep it from going down because he knows if it goes to the downside, we're probably coming down to here. So he's trying to throw money in it to keep everybody thinking it's a buy, right? But he's not there yet. Where's our opportunity? When we take this support out, back inside the trend line, there's our first opportunity. There's our second opportunity. It's what we call a snowman, right? We love snowman because we can press our winners. This is where we will take one position here and we will add to our position in this area right here. So we're looking to come down on the break of 1.5332. If we get a clean break, that's an open and close below it, break, hook, and go. All right, below that 153, 32. We're going to drop it down on the lower here.
ポンドドルですね。ポンドドルなんですけども、今トレンドラインの中にまた戻ってきましたと。なので、ここをクリアリーブレイクアウトしたら5332より下で1つ目、そしてこの HSI ですよね、S2 より下でもう1回買っていきたいよね、売っていきたいよねってことですね。1つ目売り、2つ目売りっていうふうにいきたいですねと。
You got a target here, you got to move your stop by the time you hit the PSR here, all right? And you're looking for the double trade right in here, all right? We're going to double our position once we break the 5284. 5284, we will double our position. We're looking for 5200 tonight. 5200 is also the S4 of the first wave to the downside. So you can see we have confluence, many things telling us we should trade it here. We got two PSR, two HSIs and a PSR here. Here we got a FIB, a PSR, and an S3. We're going to have to trade to that. When we break that, our next target is the 5200 and the S4. So there are three opportunities here. We want to catch all three of them. Right? That will exceed its ATR, so it won't be more than that.
でその下を見てみますと、この5200とここですね。この白い HSI のところまで売っていきたいよねということですね。1つ目、2つ目、3つ目っていうふうに取っていきたいねと。
Waiting for this bounce, but of course they sold dollars and they sold mini crude today. Because they sold dollars and mini crude, the market went sideways. But this trade is still here, and we're looking for this trade right up in here. All right. Now, those of you who got in this trade, you just move your stop to break even and sit on it. All right. That's all you're going to do. If you're in this trade already. Those of you who paid attention to the session recap yesterday are up 50, 60 pips right now, and you got your stop move to break even, and you're going to double your position above 8,400 for that target right there. All right. So the target is 104.27. All right. Swissy. The Swissy, we're waiting for a break to the downside. All right. If we can break, I'm on a 2-4. If we can break this to the downside, which is this double bottom right here. If we can break that, this is the trade to the day chart bottom, and maybe we'll get down to here. All right. So you got to be below 92.49. All right. So 92.40. Let's say you got to be in.
ドルカナダですね。ちょっと音がすごく先に行っちゃってるんですけども、ドルカナダここ抜けてきたら高値超えていったらこのスペース取っていきたいねと。104.27、 1.0427 まで買っていきたいということですね。
Yeah, now you got a bottom here, which makes it a tough trade, all right? But if you get that trade on, you're going to 92.10, all right? So there's only 30 pips in here. So why would we risk a bunch of money for a lousy 30 pips when there are better opportunities elsewhere? Find the better opportunity elsewhere. But that trade is there, and traders will make it tonight if it goes, and you will say, well, you guys counted that. Well, we just went through it right here. And if our traders made that trade, then we count their trades, not my trades. Dollar yen.
ドルフランですね。ドルフランはこの安値割ってきたらこのスペース取っていきたいよねということですね。でも他にもいいトレードがありそうなので、これは別にやらなくてもいいですねと。
Alright, dollar yen, we're looking for the move for a pullback here. We couldn't make this trade today because it just absolutely went. There's nothing we can do about it. Alright, you can see it's going to be very difficult to trade this thing because we've got a bottom here, right there. Alright, and even if we break here, if we break fast, we're going to hit the trend line and bounce off of that. Okay, we know the target is right down here at 97.07. That's where the target is here. So more than likely, we need to get over in this area right here, so we got plenty of room to make the move. So more than likely, the dollar yen will go sideways or maybe a bear flag until the Asian session. If we get far enough over in this area here, then we might get this trade to the downside. So I'd be looking for it about 98 as they pull back up. About 98, both of these targets are now gone. See, those two targets are gone. So there's nothing to hit to stop this thing until we get to here. So if they pull up to 98 and they turn, we're going to here if they go fast. If they go slow, we're going to be able to go all the way down to 97.07.
ドル円ですね。ドル円は今一回戻ってきて98円っていうところまで戻ってきたら売っていきたいよねと。で下がってきたら売っていきたいんですけども、最終的なターゲットは97円っていうところですね。ここを目指して売っていきたいねと。
So 98 is where we're going to look for the trade, down to 97.07. That's 100 pips, folks. Don't click out for 5 and 100 pips. All right, Aussie dollar, we're waiting to see if they will break this to the downside. And, we've had a pullback, which is good for us. Pullbacks are great. Right? We pulled back up here where we thought it was going to be yesterday. They've made a turn, but they have not broken out of here. Once they break out of here, our first trade is here, and our second trade is down here. So trade 1 and trade 2. Right there. So on the break of this single line trend line, probably below 89.50, we're going to trade it down to 89. Remember, we're trying to keep this about 10 minutes because our traders, they don't. If we spend a lot of time, a half an hour here, it means you got to spend a half an hour watching this session recap tonight before you even get the trade. That's why we do it very quickly. But you can watch the recap and stop the video on the currency where you're at and say, okay, what did he just say? Write it down. All right. So we're going fast. I know, but we'll always go fast because we need to keep 20 currencies. That gives us 30 seconds for each currency to get it in 10 minutes. So I don't know where we were on this Aussie, so I'm just going to start again. We're looking for the below 89.68, 89.50, break this line down here, and we're looking for this trade. First part of the trade is down here, and the second part is this big.
50ドルですね。240分見てます。このシングルライントレンドラインを割ってきたら1つ目、2つ目っていうふうに売っていきたいよねと。
Trade down here. Do not want to miss either one of those trades. Over to the euro yen. We're waiting for it to finish the ABC correction to the downside out. All right, so we waited all day for this to bounce, and it didn't. So we're looking for it to come down to here, and once we get that, we'll draw a single line trend line on here, and the break up, we're looking at that. All these targets have all been taken out, even the day chart top has. So the real target is all the way up here, but that will exceed its APR. So we're only going to look for this trade right in here. All right, so the first part of the trade is the bounce off the bottom, bounce off the bottom. This is the first part of the trade. Where's the second part? Right here. All right, now.
ユーロ円ですね。ユーロ円は今跳ね返ってくるのを待っています。跳ね返ってきたら1つ目、2つ目っていうふうに取っていきたいよねと。
We could get the third part, so be aware we could get a third part up there because the EJ can get up and run, is why it's my currency. Right? So we'll put a line up there in case it does run. We're looking for that third trade up to the top.
で、そのままこの上まで、チャンネルラインの上とマイナス 0.270 フィブまで行く可能性もありますよねと。で、ユーロ円っていうのは一気にここ駆け上がる可能性があるので、注意して見てみましょうということですね。
Pound yen. Right? Pound yen, just like the pound dollar, we're looking for it to roll over and go to the downside. All right? You will not have a trade on the pound yen until we take this bottom out. And you see they have tested taking that bottom out, but they've not been successful at all. Right? So I'm going to take this HSI at the bottom to the top and take it off. I'm going to do the HSI from here, from the top. Find the first wave's target. Right? First wave down, second wave back up, third wave down. So this is the third wave. I want to measure the waves and know where the targets are with the bar. Big boys are trying to go. So I don't need to find the candle, I just find that Dojin channel and I put it on here and I go sell. Now,
ポンド円ですね、ここの安値っていうのをきれいに割ってこないとこれ売れないですよねと。で今一番上から HSI を引いてみて2つ1波目ですよね。で2波で戻ってきて3波っていうので下がってきて黄色の HSI を引いてます。でこれで見てみますとこの HSI のこのスペースですよね、取っていきたいことが分かります。 S3 から S4 ですよね、ここの間を取っていきましょうと。
We're going to trade the break of 150.30, and you got to get your stop move by 150, but that PSR has already been taken out, 150, and below 150 you're going to double your position there, right? And we could get a big rocker that this thing can go, and you may get the third trade down here. So I'm going to bring this one, double our position below. Around. So we're going to take the trade right up here. I'll put this back out of the way. So 2 trades right here, big opportunities right there, folks. New Zealand. New Zealand is broken, is hooked, and it has not gone. It's broken it. This is a day chart trend. It broke, it hooked, and now we're in position. Make the candles bigger for you. Now, it appears that we're breaking back into the trend. If we break back into the trend, we're inside a wedge. And when we're inside a wedge, we do nothing. We do not trade in New Zealand, especially in New Zealand. We've seen New Zealand in a wedge for 3 weeks. So we don't want to trade the wedge. We want to trade the break out of the wedge to the upside. If it does that, I'll have to redo the targets. The break up to the downside is real sweet because there's nothing to stop it. Notice that's why they just ran it, because there was nothing to stop it but a couple of fibs. That's where you move your trade, your stops. So a hook to the downside, a hook and a go to the downside. We're looking to go back and do a double bottom at 72.30, 77.30.
9ドルですね、9ドルの240分チャート見てます。で今ウェッジの中に戻ってきていますよねと。でウェッジの中に戻ってきたら9ドルっていうのは絶対トレードしちゃダメで、もう3週間このウェッジの中にいるってことがありえますと。なので上に抜けてきたらターゲットをやり直さなくちゃいけないんですけど、それまで待ちましょう。でここで跳ね返ってきて下がってくるようだと、このダブルボトムですよね、ここすごく強いですと、7721ですよね。でなので、ワイドオープンスペースですよね、ここの前、先日はこれをブレイクして、そのままいきなり下がってきた、で止まったと。なので、ここで跳ね返ってきたら、またそれをもう一回、下げを狙いたいですねと。
So trade it below the 78.60, trade below 78.60, and trade it down to 77.21. Aussie yen. Aussie yen, we're in a descending wedge. Descending wedge is a sell sign. Right. We have to break the descending wedge. We have to be out of the wedge before we can trade it. So here's the trade to the downside. We've got to be below 87.50, and the first part of the trade is 86.98. Call it 87. First part of the trade. Second part is down here. We have a PSR, a fib, and everything. So even though the second part of the trade is here, it's going to be hard to double your position. So all you want to do is manage the trade to part 2, down to the S6, which is 86.43. So break at 87.50 down to 86.40, roughly. Right, so.
今これは、OG 円ですね。OG 円なんですけど、アセンディングウェッジなので、これ下に下がってくるパターンですと。なので、安値ブレイクしていったら1つ目、で2つ目っていうふうに取っていきたいよねと。
110 pips down to there. Do not click out for 5.
で、さっきから言ってるのは、Do not click for 5。もう5ピッププラスになってから決済っていうのはやめましょうねと。せっかく100ピップ取れるんだから5ピップでやばい決済しなきゃなっていうのはやめましょうねってことですね。
Euro pound, we're waiting for the break of this bull flag and get out of the desert. We're inside the desert here. We got a bull flag. When we get out of the desert and we get up, we get out of the desert, hop up in here, take the desert out. We're up in this area, right up in here. This is our trade. Right up here.
次はユーロ、これユーロポンドですね。 今デザートの中に入ってますと MA の中に入っています。赤と緑の MA の中に入っています。でこのブルーフラッグ抜けてきたらこのデザートまでトレードで、デザート抜けてきたらこの上をトレードしていきたいよねってことですね。これ10分チャートです。
So we're going to be about 86.77 right here, and we're going up to 87.04, maybe 87.10. So that's the opportunity. Pay the $1.53 on a mini account for every pip it moves. The euro only pays $1, so it's 53% more money for every pip it moves, because that's why we trade it. It is slow, but it will go 60 pips, and that means it can make that trade. Bill Ozzie, we're waiting to see if this is going to be a head and shoulders or not. It looks really like a head and shoulders right now. So in order to take that, we've got to be above the head and shoulders. You can see there's the right shoulder, so that would be the left shoulder. So above this, which would be above 4,900, we're looking for the first part of the trade to here, the second part right here. 49.
ユーロ王子ですね、240分です。ユーロ王子は今ヘッド&ショルダーの形が見えそうですと、左肩、右肩ですね。で、この右肩より上で1つ目、2つ目っていうふうに買っていきたいですねと。
900 up to 49.97. That's a pretty nice little trade, 100 pips right there. And then above that, it's 49.97 to 51.53, 150 pips above that. All right. Don't miss that if it happens. All right. But be aware, head and shoulders means we may come all the way back down to the bottom of the trend line. Now, we actually wouldn't mind that. We wouldn't trade it down here. But if it comes down here, then that would give us an opportunity tomorrow and the next day to do this trade, plus this trade, plus this trade. See? So we don't mind if it comes down. We're just not going to trade it to the downside. We'll wait and we'll
でもし下がってきたらですね、下がってきたら何もしないで待ってみましょうと。
push it down here. Euro CAD. Up to the Euro CAD. I'm just going to pick up a little bit and do a 240 chart. We're up the top of the trend right here. This is the trade setup from yesterday, and unfortunately, nobody made this trade. Had anybody made that trade, we could have counted 90 pips because it went right to target, which was the top. But nobody made the trade, even though we talked about it at length yesterday. So we can't count it. You see, we count our traders' trades that they make. Just because I identify the trade, if nobody makes it, we don't count it. All right? So
ユーロカナダですね、240分。まあ、昨日はこのトレードありましたけど、まあ、誰もトレードしなかったですよねと。まあ、残念でしたということですね。
there. Right? So what we got now? Well, we're at the top. We can't do anything when we're at the top. We've got to get a pullback. Right? We don't trade at the top of a trend. We've got to get a pullback. Maybe we'll get the same trade again.
で、このユーロカナダは今、デイチャートのトップとチャンネルのトップにあるので、もう買えないですよねと。なので、一回戻ってきて、プルバックしてからもう一回同じようなトレードを買っていきたいよねってことですね。
So look for that. Oh, this one will probably be deeper. Probably a deeper retracement down in here and a bounce. So just stay out of it as long as it's retracing, and once it finds the bottom, wherever that happens to be, we'll look for this trade right here to the upside. CAD yen. CAD yen has took out both of our targets today. Nothing we can do about it. We missed it. Not a doggone thing we could have done about it. Always ticks me off when that happens, but there's nothing we can do. Right? So we're looking for a pullback. Up into this, back up to this area right up in here. We had a break, a hook, and a go here. Now we need a hook back up to square up this candle. We need to square up, so we're looking to come back up to this bottom. Where is that bottom? The bottom is at 94.64. So when we get a pullback to 94.64, we look for the sell to the downside. This target has been taken out right here. So we'll change it. We know it's dash now. It's still a barrier, but it's no longer a target right here. So our next target is down here at 91.91, 93.91, sorry, 93.91 from 98, and maybe we'll get down to 93.64.
カナダ円ですね、240分です。で、トレンドブレイクしてきて、一回戻ってきて、スクエアアップしてきてから、もう一回売りたいですよねってことを言ってますね。
So that's the opportunity. Pull back, square up, down we go. Right, New Zealand yen. New Zealand yen, we're waiting to see if we get the break to the downside right here. We've got a bull flag, a bear flag building. We'll put the bear flag on here. We've got a bear flag building. That's a sign. That's a good sign. But you can see they need to square up right here. So we probably will not get a trade until we get up here, where we'll find sellers right here and sell off down to here. This is the first part of the trade and the big part down here. Do not miss this trade right here. That's a huge, huge opportunity.
9円ですね、240分です。今、ベアフラッグになってます。で、このベアフラッグ抜けてくるようだと、まあ、1つ目。 でこれ2つ目のトレードがすごく大きいので、ここ絶対見逃さないようにしましょうと。74円50銭まで売っていけますねと言ってます。
So we're looking at them to come all the way back up, almost to the 70. I don't want to do that. Come back up to here. Come back up into the 78 and sell off down here. Two-part trade down the downside. Pound New Zealand. All right, Pound New Zealand. We're looking at. We had our pullback. We're now in position to go. All right. When we find the bounce point, I mean, you can see there's a big square up that might need it. They may come all the way down to here to square this candle up here, folks. So, you know, it could bounce here, it could bounce here, it could bounce here.
ポンドキウイですね、240分です。で、こうスクエアアップキャンドルがすごい長いのがあって、これをスクエアアップしてきてから跳ね返るんじゃないかなと、上に買っていきたいねってことを言ってますね。
I don't know which one is going to bounce on. I'm just going to have to watch. When I get the bounce, I'm going to look for it. If it goes all the way to here, this will be the first part of the trade, second part, and third point. Okay? If it doesn't go that low, then you only have two of these. Right? And don't miss that trade either. That's a huge opportunity there on the Pound New Zealand. Silver, for those of you who can, it's just going sideways. We have that at close in reverse and inside the bear flag, and the falling wedge, excuse me. Falling wedge tells us we are going to the upside. All right, so we need a break out of here, and we're looking for going up 20, 30 up in this area right in here.
ポンド王子ですね。じゃなくてこれはゴールド、金ですか。金ですね。金はフォーリングウェッジなので、これブレイクしてきたら上がるパターンですよねってことを言ってますね。
55, 60 pips per day, so we're done. Dollar index, they're not doing much anything with it. Pound cheap, all right. Pound cheap, we're looking at, all right, we have a breakout of the uptrend. This uptrend here, that was the trend of the day. This is the overall trend is to the downside. So you can see they try to go down, they try to go down, they try to go down, they can't do it. So there's no trade until we get into this area right here.
ポンドフランですね、240分です。で、オーバーオールのトータル的なトレンドはこのピンクのデイチャートのダウントレンド。その中でこの240分の、アップトレンドがあるんですけど、これをブレイクしてきましたよねと。で、下げようとしてるんですけど、ここをなかなか抜けれませんと。ここ抜けてきたらこのスペース、HSI の S4 から S5 のスペースを売っていきたいよねってことを言ってます。
Here. That's where the trade exists. Below 4190. You're going to trade it. This target's already out. 4190. We're looking for a double bottom at 4054. Right? So we're looking for that trade. Don't miss it. It's a big one. Right? Pound Aussie. Right? Pop it up to the 240 chart. We've had a pullback here. We have not gotten to the bottom. We've got one pullback to the bottom of the channel. They've bounced it back up. They're pulling back down again. We're looking for it to bounce. When it bounces and gets above this top right here, right? That's what we're looking for. So we're going to have to be above 7170 here. Let me push this up. Above 7170 for that big area right.
ユーロ王子ですね。ごめんなさい。ポンド王子ですね。ポンド王子。ポンド王子はこのピンクのデイチャートのトップより上で買ってきたよね。1.7170 より上で買ってって、この R7 まで買ってきたよねと。
Right up in there. As long as it stays in the channel. If it breaks the channel and goes to the downside, you can see that they still have a square up that needs to be done right in here. So they may break it down here and bounce it here.
で、このキャンドルスクエアアップしてきてないので、スクエアアップしに戻ってから跳ね返る可能性もありますねと。
Alright, so they haven't squared this up yet. So they may pull it back down with an A, B, C down to here, and then we'll get a bounce here. Alright, so we're going to pull this one down all the way down to square up. So remember, pull a break of this channel, bounce on the square up, we're looking for the bounce. Finally, the Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand has broken out of this downtrend right here. We're in a big uptrend. A lot of lines down here in the bottom, as you can see. We're in a big uptrend here. The day chart trend is up. The 240 trend is up. It looks like they may only be adjusting this trend. So until I know more about this currency, I'm not sure yet. Let me take it to a 60. You can see we're building a possible channel to the upside. If they continue to do that, which they're not doing right now, you see they're breaking out. So this may really be a channel to the downside. So if they take this bottom out right in here, trade is down right here and then down here. Right? So take the bottom out. We're looking at below 6,800. 6,800. First target is 67.66. Next target is 66.88 area.
ユーロキウイですね。ユーロキウイなんですけど、今これアップトレンドのチャンネルを割ってきました。なので、もしかしたらこのダウントレンドのチャンネルになって、この、ボトムブレイクしてきたら1つ目、2つ目っていう風に売っていきたいよねってことを言ってます。
if this is a false breakout and they bounce back up into the trend, and we're going back up to the day chart top, and we get 70, 98, 71, call it. Right? So back up in the trend above 6,900, we'll look to be a buyer up here. All right? And below here, we'll look to be a seller. Below 6,800 for the trade to the downside. All right, folks, that's what I see. We'll see all of you tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here. And when you leave the room here, you will see yesterday's session recap. You can check it and look at it and see what we just said yesterday, and then you can do the same thing here tomorrow. A little couple hours from now, we'll post it again. This recap after we render it. So. All right, so I'll see everybody later. Have a great day. We will talk with you soon.
はい、というわけで今日のセッションリキャップここまでです。また明日撮っていきたいと思います。それではどうもありがとうございました。失礼します。